Hello, JPU family. Guys, wanna know how our grandparents, them, our parents, them used to say, you never see smoke without fire? Well, here it is. Dionne Jackson Miller, guys. Never see smoke without fire. Now, this is all making sense to me now. It is making sense why Dionne Jackson Miller would come take up me about this defamation thing against Nathan Campbell. One of our subscribers brought this to my attention and I totally forgot about this. I have seen it before. I read it before. I remember when it happened. But, so much things happen that somebody may have to refresh your memory sometimes. Now, you guys would have known that with the Nathan Campbell situation, Karen Cross wrote a letter to the PNP accusing him of having sexual relations with underage girls. Nathan Campbell was advised by Peter Bunting to add 2 other women, lump them in to make it seem like all 3 accused him. But we know the truth, and everything will play out in due time. The case is in appeal right now. Now, guys, wanna look on this here, so. In 2021, an article by the Loop News reads, Jackson Miller responds to critics of her involvement in Incest case. It says, veteran journalist and now lawyer Jackson Miller has responded to outrage that she was part of the defense team that successfully appealed a life sentence for a man who admitted to engaging in sex acts with his daughter. Jackson Miller dismissed views that her involvement in the appeal case sent a negative message to survivors of sex abuse. The case involved a man who was charged in 2012 with the offenses of indecent assault and incest. This after he had intercourse with his daughter, who was then between the ages of 13 and 14 years old. During the trial in the Clarendon Circuit Court, the child's mother made a shocking revelation during her testimony that she was the accused man's stepdaughter and she was also abused by him. Even more intriguingly, she stated that her abuse produced the daughter who was subsequently sexually abused by the accused. At the close of the prosecution's case, the accused was repleaded and he subsequently pleaded guilty to incest and indecent assault in relation to his biological daughter. On June 22, 2015, he was sentenced to life imprisonment at hard labor with a stipulation that he should serve 15 years before becoming eligible for parole consideration. He was also sentenced to 5 years in jail for indecent assault. Both sentences were to run concurrently. But on May 21st, 2021, the Court of Appeal reduced the sentence for incest on the basis that the presiding judge had erred in relation to the sentence that was to be imposed under the Sexual Offences Act. The court also agreed with defense attorneys that the sentence that was imposed for incest by the judge was manifestly excessive. Jesus, Father. Guys, against that background, the convict was ordered to serve 15 years in prison at hard labor. The 5-year sentence for the offense of indecent assault was not reduced. The appellate was represented by attorneys Ian Wilkinson, QC, who is Miss Kitty's husband, Dionne Jackson Miller, and a man named Lenroy Stewart, according to the judgment prepared by the Court of Appeal. But since details of the appeal case were disclosed, social media users have been infuriated by the decision of the Court of Appeal to reduce the convict's sentence. Only in Jamaica, guys. Further, persons have also been critical that Jackson Miller, who is quote-unquote well-known for her current affairs programs on both radio and TV, had represented the convict at his appeal hearing. This is the reason, quote, this is the reason Dionne Jackson Miller is so silent on this story, somebody said. She was the lawyer who appealed the sentencing for this predator, unquote. And this was from a male user of Twitter. His tweet added, my morals would have made me turn down this offer. As a lawyer that tries to moral police every politician and everybody should never ever be a part of a legal team that appeal a sentence for a predator that impregnates his stepdaughter and then incest. Jesus, Father, guys, my blood I run cold. In response on Twitter, a user argued that, whoa, quote, whoa, as an attorney, she was doing her job. However, in her other skin, as a tenacious journalist who highlights issues of this nature, it must be an uncomfortable position for her, unquote. Amid the raging debate on Twitter and other social media platforms in relation to Jackson Miller's legal representation of the convict, the woman under the microscopic lenses responded to the criticism on Wednesday morning. In a lengthy Twitter thread, Jackson Miller acknowledged that she was one of the lawyers involved in the much talked about incest case. The individual was convicted, she said, of incest, and we argued, based on the law, which is what is argued in the Court of Appeal, that the judge erred in how she went about imposing the sentence, and that the sentence was excessive. She said sentence only, not conviction, was appealed. Jesus, Father. She also added, these are legal arguments and the Court of Appeal held that we were correct on at least some of our arguments and upheld the appeal. Turning the question of, quote, how could she have accepted such a case? Jackson Miller responded that this is a perennial question to criminal defense lawyers. You either believe that people are entitled to counsel or you don't. She said, sure, some lawyers would not take sexual offenses cases, and that's fine. I have taken a few. I believe in applying the law, and as a counsel, that's what we assist the courts to do, she tweeted. Continuing, she stated, the public may believe lawyers should not take certain cases, that people should not have a right to bail, and for every conviction, for certain sentences, certain offenses, that they should automatically attract a death penalty. She said, I disagree and continue to share how the law works and why sentences are imposed in the way they are. In the same way that as a journalist I ask questions, guys, for tell you the truth, at this point in time, my stomach sick, so I'm not going to read no more. But it is all coming together now. It is all making sense now. Dionne Jackson Miller look like says she has a vendetta because she has defended a few people who have been accused of sex crimes and incest and all these things. So, me not know if it is that she feels good about representing those people. And in Dayton Campbell's case, where he's accused by Karen of such a thing, that she come out strong now like she's his lawyer. It's making sense now. So now she's talking about people are entitled to representation. And I told you guys that we were denied representation initially, but she won't comment on that because now it's all making sense. She hurt. She's very hurt that Dayton Campbell was accused by Karen. That is the problem, you know. She's exposed now, fully. And I am so glad that our subscriber sent me this information because, trust me, it is making sense and it's adding up. She seems to have an affinity for those kind of people. It seems so. So, Arkan Mash, in this case, that's what it seems. I have never seen anything like this before. A woman who admits, say, she defend these people all the time. God have mercy. And then this whole case, as a mother of a 16-year-old, oh God, man, I don't even want to get into it. But what a condition. Guys, uno sister whenever rang over here, so, uno sister when time we take her up and rinse her out. Now it's all making sense. It is all making sense. Dionne Jackson Miller, an avid defender of people who do those things, decided that she's going to vilify the people them who Dayton Campbell say him a so. Right? Now, this no reach over appeal it, you know. And you hear all the things them, all the constitutional breaches, you know. She not talk about none of them there. No, me understand why. Jesus, Father. Guys, I have a feeling we're going to be continuing this conversation. Yes. Dionne Jackson Miller, we are going to continue this conversation because you come take up things by your head because you seem to have a soft spot in your heart for people who are accused of these things. So much so, you come out with a skewed analysis which you did not properly investigate. I wonder if she has any children and maybe any daughter. I don't know. Not that that's an indictment on her for not having kids. Guys, my instinct is never wrong. The way I saw Dionne so-called made that analysis and the things she said, the fact that she didn't do her due diligence and put full context to it, I just knew in my gut that something was in something, and now we see it. Dionne Jackson Miller defend people who confess to them something there, right? And do it to more than one person. And I miss you want to run up in a... Hey guys, make sure you're keeping it locked here to Jamaica Politics University, where you get all the political news, reviews, and updates. The best. Make sure you are tuning in to our live broadcast Monday through Fridays at 7 p.m. Jamaica time. And guys, be sure to subscribe, turn on your notification so that you get every upload that we do here on this channel. Tell your friends about this channel. Make them come over here, come hang out with us. See you in the next video, guys. Take care.